Hello, online folks. Hope you're doing well. We'll get started here in just a minute. It's unexpected. It's such a nice day. At least it got nice. Yeah. Don't be shy. Come on up. And so, are you guys new?
Yes, I've never been here before.
Nice. Are you from San Diego?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You as well?
Yeah.
Awesome. Do you live close by, or was it a schlep to get here?
Yeah, I live in Del Mar.
Okay.
So,
It's not too bad.
yeah.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
Texas
Nice. Yeah, I always lived in like a 3 mile radius of Hillcrest for like 30 something years. And then a couple years ago, I moved up to Encinitas.
Oh, that's where I grew up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Spent a lot of time at Phil's.
Phil's?
Phil's Coffee. It's
Yeah.
just on the Coast Highway, at the
Yeah.
Coast Highway and like J.
Yeah, there's one in Del Mar.
Yeah.
I love Phil's, the filtered soul.
Yeah, Filtered Soul is my favorite. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Totally.
All right.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think about that.
All right, let's go ahead and get started. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Wednesday night loving kindness meditation. My name is Alex. It's wonderful to be here with you today. We got a couple of new folks, and here, if there's anyone new who hasn't been to a meditation class here at the Dharma Bum Temple or hasn't been to Wednesday, let me know who you are so I can welcome you. Or you don't have to if you don't want to. I'm really introverted, so I would never reply to that. It's a beautiful day, and at least the evening turned out to be beautiful, and so it's nice and bright, and that always puts me in a good mood. So, for our new people, and if there's anybody new online, this is a meditation on loving kindness. The word that we're talking about when we're talking about loving kindness is this Buddhist word called metta. It's not even a Buddhist word. The name of the language is called Pali. Pali is I think it's kind of like a dialect of Sanskrit. It's from, long ago. And to describe what metta is and to give like synonyms would be to give you just a long list of words. It's really a wish to be happy, a wish for ourselves to be happy, a wish for others to be happy, and to wish for ourselves and others also to do the things that cause happiness. The motto of the Dharma Bum Temple is think good thoughts, speak good words, do good deeds. And one of the reasons is those are the things that cause happiness, are well intentioned, loving, kind thoughts, words, and actions. And so this meditation that we're going to do is going to kind of build on that. So what we're going to do first in our meditation, and I like to kind of tell you how the meditation is going to go first because it's kind of helpful, so you're not surprised. We're going to do this practice of loving kindness for our benefactor. And a benefactor is just anyone who has shown us great love or great kindness. Someone is really easy to have these feelings for, like your best friend or mother, father, brother, sister, or anyone that has shown you any kind of kindness whatsoever. Right? You could do that. And then we're going to imagine our benefactor doing this practice for us. And then we're going to do loving kindness for ourselves. And then we're going to do loving kindness for all beings in all directions. And so generally that's how it's going to go. And I like doing it this way just because it kind of, it's a little bit easier. Here it is. Okay. But before that, what I'd like to do is there is a sutra, an ancient sutra called the Metta Sutra, and it's just the Buddha's words on loving kindness. It's from 2,500 years ago. So um, I would like to read that just to give us a little bit more perspective on kind of what we're doing. It says, "This is what should be done by one who is skilled in goodness and who knows the path of peace. Let them be able and upright, straightforward and gentle in speech, humble and not conceited, contented and easily satisfied, unburdened with duties and frugal in their ways, peaceful and calm and wise and skillful, not proud or demanding in nature. Let them not do the slightest thing that the wise would later reprove, wishing, in gladness and in safety, may all beings be at ease. Whatever living beings there may be, whether they are weak or strong, omitting none, the great or the mighty, medium, short, or small, the seen and the unseen, those living near and far away, those born and to be born, may all beings be at ease. Let none deceive another or despise any being in any state. Let none through anger or ill will wish harm upon another. Even as a mother protects with her life her child, her only child, so with a boundless heart should one cherish all living beings, radiating kindness over the entire world, spreading upwards to the skies and downwards to the depths, outwards and unbounded, freed from hatred and ill will. Whether standing or walking, seated or lying down, free from drowsiness, one should sustain this recollection. This is said to be the sublime abiding. By not holding to fixed views, the pure-hearted one, having clarity of vision, being freed from all sense desires, is not born again into this world." Really the aim of Buddha's practice is this idea of nirvana, also known as the deathless, the unconditioned, and lots of other things. And what we're trying to do is break this cycle of birth and life and death and rebirth and life and death and rebirth and life and death. It's kind of wheel of samsara that we're all just kind of stuck on, dealing with all of our karma. And so what he's saying here is that if you practice this loving kindness, and by not holding to fixed views, you will not be born again into this world. And so this is one of just a few places where the Buddha makes these kind of grand promises, like, hey, this is what happens when you do this practice, diligently for a long period of time. And so this is a wonderful strategy to take. And so when we do this practice of loving kindness, there's a couple of different ways you can do it. You can either just radiate loving kindness to them in however you understand that word, or you can just repeat phrases of loving kindness for them. Phrases like, "May you be happy." And you could say their name, "May you be happy. May you be safe from inner and outer danger. May you be well in body and mind. And may you be at peace and live at ease in this world." Or any phrase of your own concoction, so long as it has a loving and kind intention behind it. So these instructions will also be when I guide this meditation. So don't worry, I'll repeat them. Any questions before we start our meditation? All right, just get comfy, get settled, get that nice seated position. Let's go do this. So just allow your eyes to close, making sure you have that nice and comfortable but sustainable position so you're not likely to move around too much. And when we sit like a Buddha. And you can even imagine yourselves as a Buddha sitting underneath your own tree of enlightenment, because each Buddha has their own tree of enlightenment. Imagine yourself sitting there, ready for the day's abiding, this wonderful practice of loving kindness, unconditional friendliness, and goodwill. And so at first, we're going to start getting connected to the breath. So you always want to have about 25% of your attention on the breath, just to kind of keep you grounded to the present moment so you could really focus on kind of what you're doing. So let's just take a deep breath all the way in and all the way out. At first, not forcing it, letting the breath be quite easy and quite natural. And then after a while, just kind of finding that breath that's going to keep you alert, whether it's a deeper breath or a shallower breath, a longer inhale, a shorter inhale, whatever that's going to be, it's good to experiment. Just focusing on your breath at the base of the nostrils, feeling the air go in and out as you breathe. You ever have a thought that arises? Intrusive thoughts are pretty normal. But we have this wonderful technique called labeling, so that when you have a thought that arises, you just go, thinking, and come back to the breath. Just that act of saying thinking will snap the mind back to the present moment, even if it's just for a second. Just for the next couple of minutes, just rest as gently as you can in the sensations of the breath. And so, to begin our formal practice of loving kindness, unconditional friendliness, and goodwill, we're first going to think of our benefactor. And again, a benefactor is anyone who has shown us great love or great kindness. So it's really easy to have these feelings for, and they could be anybody you know or don't know, near or far away. They could be living or not living. So just Think of this person or these people and just radiate loving kindness to them, wishing them happiness, wishing they do the things that cause happiness in however you understand that word radiate. Sometimes I like to picture a beam of loving kindness going from my heart to theirs. And this beam is warm and it's pulsating, and they're receiving it with such gladness and gratitude. It always helps to smile if you can. Smiling always puts the mind in a really good mood. Or if you want, you can just repeat phrases of loving kindness for them. May you be happy. May you be safe from inner and outer danger. May you be well in body and mind. May you be at peace and live at ease in this world. Or any phrase of your own concoction, so long as it has a loving and kind intention behind it. So for the next few moments, we'll do this practice of loving kindness for our benefactors. So now shifting our focus a little just from doing this practice of loving kindness for our benefactor to now imagining our benefactor doing this practice for us. So we already have the experience of their love and their kindness. That's why they're a benefactor. Now, can we just call that to mind again and let their love and kindness into our heart again? Knowing that they love us so much and they've proved it by their love and kindness. So just imagine them doing this practice for us, and however you want to imagine it, radiating or repeating phrases. If you want, you can put your hand over your heart. And when letting all of that loving kindness back into your heart, just notice if there's any tension or tightness or any part of your heart that says, no, I can't let this in. If you feel any, that's okay. Can you just take a deep breath in and direct that wonderful breath energy into those tight places? And if something happens and it loosens, that's fine, that's wonderful. If not, that's okay. Just keep doing the practice. Maybe choose another benefactor. So now we'll do this practice by imagining our benefactor radiating loving kindness to us, just receiving all of it. And now shifting our focus again to doing loving kindness for ourselves. And so to do this, just call to mind your own wish to be happy, your own wish to be safe, to be peaceful, to be healthy, to be happy, to be at peace. You can either just direct loving kindness back at yourself, or you can just repeat these phrases of loving kindness for yourself. May I be happy. May I be safe. May I be healthy. May I be at peace and live at ease in this world. So we'll do this practice of loving kindness for ourselves for the next few moments. And finally, we can explore the limitless potential of the heart to do this practice and to have loving kindness and to open our hearts to all beings in all directions, whatever living beings there may be, whether they are weak or strong, omitting none, the great or the mighty, medium, short, or small, those living near and far away. May all beings be at ease. And you could either start small, like with everybody in this room, and then just go out, or you could just, go gangbusters and wish loving kindness, wish happiness for all beings in all directions. We'll do this in this meditation. Just open your eyes when you're ready. Let's just take the next moment or two out in silence as you stretch your arms and you stretch your legs. Keeping that mindfulness of loving kindness about you. Remember, you're not really coming out of meditation, you're just kind of changing positions a little bit. So we'll give it another just minute, and then we'll begin. If you have any questions, let me know. Hello, Rose. If you really stop and pay attention, there's always something new happening in every meditation that you do. For me, so I lead this class like pretty much every week, and have done so for a bit of time. I don't even know how long it's been, to be perfectly honest. And like tonight, when we were doing the imagining your benefactor doing this practice for you, I always did it, but I never like super connected to it, like never really felt it. And what I was always told by my teachers is that don't try to force anything. Don't try to force a feeling or anything like that. Just do the practice, and eventually, it'll bear fruit. So I really felt it. I really felt by my benefactors, and there was like more than one. It was just kind of a revolving door of benefactors. Really felt it, like really, really, really in my heart. It just felt so good. It felt so good. I just let it all in as much as I could, like in the instructions, and I really like that a lot. I could just feel their love for me, because I felt it before. Why can't I feel it again? I've experienced it before. So that was really, really wonderful and great experience. I'm happy about that. So, I'm always interested in what your experience is. Your experience of this meditation, whether, good or not as good, or difficult or easy or unexpected or anything like that. I always want to know what that is. I'm always interested to know what that is. Anybody? Let me know. How was that meditation for you? Hi.
Hi. Well, at first it was a lot of like body thinking,
Mm-hmm.
kind of juggling between the two, like body feelings coming up and saying body, breathing into it, and then thinking coming in and saying thinking, like you said, and trying to come back to the breath. And towards the end, really like sending the loving kindness out. I was I have some people that have been pretty tricky in my life recently.
Yeah.
And I found myself just like wishing them loving kindness, like I hope for your happiness, I hope for your love. May you be, and so it was like really interesting to come around to that.
It is, and just remember, I think, when you wish loving kindness for someone who you hate or is just tricky, iffy, that what this loving kindness is wishing them happiness, and part of this happiness is non-harming. They wouldn't do anything to harm anybody. They just wish them kindness. So you wish them happiness, you wish them to do the things that cause happiness, and know that your loving kindness and their loving kindness will never conflict. There's never a conflict between your loving kindness and anybody's loving kindness, because it's all non-harming. It's all for the benefit of all. Right? So whatever like personal things that are there are no longer there. You know.
It was really a relief.
Yeah, isn't it?
I really felt that.
Yeah,
I'm over
Yeah.
this.
yeah. Isn't it like that? Isn't it like that? Kind of relieving suffering. That's what we're here to do. Thank you. I appreciate that. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I found myself wishing happiness to everyone that is in my life, but a couple people in particular that are tricky.
Mhm.
And knowing that, because it takes more energy for me to be negative,
Mhm.
wish harm upon people,
Mhm.
and it doesn't feel good. And so knowing that I have the control over my own mind to kind of stop the negativity and just say, okay, if they do something to bother me, I could just say, I wish them happiness and health and everything good, right?
Mhm.
And I feel like if I put negative energy out into the world, whether it's in my own mind or I talk badly about other people,
Mhm.
that person's gonna feel that energy from me, whether I'm like, in front of them or talking with them. So I think it would be beneficial for me to put positivity out there instead of negativity.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try that.
It just feels better, doesn't it?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like easier and
Hate is exhausting.
yeah, sure is.
The ego thinks it feels good, because the ego's just trying to protect you, and it's learned a lot of terrible coping skills along the way. That it's convinced your brain that, oh, this is gonna work. Like resentment and anger and all those different types of emotions. But when you actually practice loving kindness and positivity and all those different types of things, like, oh yeah, this is better. I don't have to hold on to all that other stuff. The burden is somewhat lifted, and it just feels so much better. Thank you. It was awesome. What's up, John?
Hi. Weird tonight, I haven't, might have noticed, I haven't been here for a couple of months. I've had a conflict on Wednesday nights and other stuff. So tonight I felt like riding on a bicycle for the first time and falling over and over and over. Like no training wheels, oh my God. It's kind of hard. So I'm a little out of practice. I find it's so much easier when I'm here to, focus at home and all the distraction stuff. Even though sometimes it works late at night when it's quiet.
Yeah.
But it's like I know that the intention of being here is to do this, so it works.
Yeah.
But tonight, like I said, it's like falling off a bicycle. I'm getting back in the groove of things.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, life happens, and it's just what that is.
Exercise, really. It's like you just stop doing it.
Mm-hmm. You do it again. Oh, this is so much better. You're welcome. Anyone else? You don't have to. It's okay. Yes. Hi.
Actually, for me, it was this calmness that came upon me. And it was like seeing a village of just kindness and happiness. And then a thought would come in. And then I go, okay, think. And bring me back. Because it would be this negative thought thing. comes in.
Mm.
And then I would go back to the breath. And then it started getting easier and easier and easier. And then time started going in my head. And I'm like, okay, it just clattered, time.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, breathe. And then every time I was breathing in and out, it seemed like the time just kind of dissipated.
Mhm.
And then, but then I started feeling the last part that you were talking, and I was like, okay, that it just kind of broke that silence that I was feeling.
Why is he talking?
Yeah.
Trying to meditate.
So, but I've never sat this long in a meditation, ever.
Yeah, I'm always a little bit worried about that sometimes when people who are new to the temple, maybe they've meditated before, but this is, it was like 29 minutes.
Really?
Yeah, it was a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a long time.
Yeah. So, so it was a very interesting concept.
And so Rose also said, for today's meditation, I imagine radiating love and kindness to someone I have a difficult relationship with. I think imagining him alleviated some of my own suffering. It did help. Well, I'm glad, Rose. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. We can certainly do that.
Have this issue with these problematic people at some point. I wish we could
Yeah.
cure it maybe by pushing that goodness out.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, gosh, guys, thank you so much. It's wonderful to have you here and to share in this wonderful practice of loving kindness. We do have a couple of announcements before we dedicate merit. And Travis, take it away, sir.
Hello, everyone. I'm tonight's host, Travis. We opened the Dharma Temple 16 years ago to introduce Buddhist practice to those who show up. Those who lead are not nuns, monks, gurus, masters, or teachers, and are not looking for students. They're simply practitioners sharing their interpretation of the practice with others. Almost every night, we have different classes led by people from various Buddhist traditions. We have a recovery sangha that meets several times a week for anyone battling addiction, and our food distribution program is every Thursday at 5 p.m. We have classes and programs every day, and everything we offer here is always free. The full schedule is on our website and posted in the entryway above the shoe rack. We also have a lending library. If you see a book you like, feel free to borrow it and bring it back whenever you're done with it. Please straighten your seat or cushion before you head out. Thank you for being here. We wish you well and hope to see you all again.
Awesome. Let's join our palms together at our hearts, please. May the benefits of this meditation, this discussion, be received by all beings. May all beings be free from suffering. May all beings be at peace. May all beings be joyful and at ease. May all beings be happy. May all beings be loved and seen for the beautiful, radiant beings that they are, that you are. Thank you for coming. Thank you, guys. We'll see you next time. Have a wonderful rest of your evening and rest of your week. Take care, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.